Hey guys, Joe here, and here I'm to talk to you about how strong I feel like Peach is in Super Smash Bros. 4, and with all that said, let's get this started. Well, to start off, to me, Peach seems like an actual contender for one of the best fighters in the entire game. She has some of the best air mobility in the game, with the float, some really strong matchups, and even an okay projectile. All this add up to a great fighter and a little bit else. So first off, she does have some of the strongest arrows in the entire game, and has really huge hitboxes on most of them. Now, these can vary from an up air that can really combo itself and a lot of other things very easily, a nair into ground attacks, or just as a kill move off stage, or as a get off move, and also a dare for really safe approaching. She also does have a fair that's a really strong ender move, and she does have a bear which can be used pretty often. Peach really does have really good attacks in general, but her aerials mixed up with the float really become something really scary. Another thing is that she can somewhat camp enemies, or at least put up walls against them with her turnips. Now all you really need to do with these is just throw them up, and there you have it. That's pretty much it. You got some pressure. Now of course you can also throw them ahead of you in order to stop some enemies, or just keep them for a 0 to death combo later on, but in general this projectile does have quite a bit of uses, and you can also mix it up with your back air in order to get a pretty good wall. It's also plugged pretty fast and gives you a giant advantage versus those without other projectiles. The next thing is the fact that she actually does have quite a bit of combos. Now some of these are just small damaging bread and butter combos, but there are also a little bit longer ones, and she even has a bit of 0 to deaths that can actually come up in real games, unlike a lot of other 0 to death combos. Now these combos are a little bit weird and a little bit to pull off, and you do need to know how to space them really well, but in the end they do work out quite well. Next, she does have really quick and powerful smashes, and she's one of the few high tiers in my opinion that really has a lot of good consistent kill moves with her smashes. Now the first one is her down smash, which does have okay power, not the best kill move, but other than that she also does have her side smash that does kill extremely early on certain items and has decent range on almost all of them, but mostly her up smash is the thing that really puts her over the edge as far as power. Now this thing at the tip kills insanely early, and she even has some ways to combo into this. Now it also does come out very fast in the first place, and even if you hit near the sides, it'll still apply a great amount of knockback, and a lot of times can kill even if you don't hit the tip. Now other than that, she does also have some of the best air mobility options in the entire game. Now Peach of course has the float, which as anybody could easily see, really allows her for some nice use of her aerials and be able to stay up longer. But what if I told you there's much more to this ability, much more on the inside? Well, if you believe me, then it'll happen to be your lucky day. There is a lot more. Now this move can actually be used of course in the traditional ways and keeping you up, but it's mostly used for a thing called float canceling, which does allow you to move around the map pretty fast and a lot better than a lot of the other characters. In simple terms, you do this by holding the down button while jumping and then going a direction quickly to float, and then letting go of the button and falling to the ground. Now in reality it's much harder than that, but a channel like Dark Peach will really explain it a lot better and in a lot longer fashion than what I did just barely. But what does this really do? Well, it allows you to go forwards, backwards, and it's kind of like a semi-wave dash in a sense. You can attack while in the air, and afterwards you don't really have way too much lag. It really allows for a ton of mix-ups, and if used correctly you can pretty much outspace anyone. Now this is all really great, but there is a problem in her mobility game, and that is, while she can do all this great stuff, she's still not really a fast character from the start as far as her run speed and air speed wise. It's okay, but it's really not the fastest, so you can be camped pretty easily, and a lot of people can outspeed her on the ground. So this does kind of create a really hard time for lesser skilled Peach players, and in order to beat these types of enemies, you really have to know how to mind game them out, and use your shield a ton, and also of course use that semi-wave dashing a ton. But if you can do that, then a lot of times you can even win against these matchups that can be a little bit harder because they're a bit faster than you. Other than that, though, there's also another big problem about Peach, which is that if you play her, you really do have to be cool, be relaxed, be calm, and you have to play quite defensively, and if you do lose your cool, then it'll be really hard to keep up your defensive pressure, and if you mess up on just a few inputs while trying to do this fake wave dash type thing, it really can let an enemy punish you greatly, so it gives you a lot of pressure to always play perfectly, and that's not always the best in your brain. But in general, I feel like Peach really does have insane potential for the future. I really wouldn't be way too surprised in a few years down if she was actually on the road to the #1 pick, but as it is right now, she's still a very solid choice for any player. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to press that like button and comment down below your own opinions on Peach. Press that subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you all next time.